Today I'm going to tell you about the top 10 best Big 12 players heading into the 2018 season and all that's coming up after the bumper.
What do you mean you don't subscribe to my son's YouTube channel?
Mama, no!
Just snap the damn ball, RJ.
What's up, kidfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. Today I'm going to tell you about the top 10 Big 12 players heading into the 2018 season. And first, we're going to start with some honorable mentions. Guys I thought I should include, but just didn't make it into my top 10. The first one is West Virginia wide receiver David Sills. Sills is a junior wideout who was once a quarterback at West Virginia. He caught 60 passes for 980 yards last season with 18 touchdowns, which means he was going to the house every 3 touches. The next one is junior wideout Denzel Mims out of Baylor. Mims had 61 catches for 1,087 yards with 8 touchdowns. I think he's one of the better players in the conference, but I just don't trust Charlie Brewer throwing him passes this season. I just don't. And the last honorable mention is linebacker Kenneth Murray Jr. Murray is going to be a true sophomore who had 68 tackles total, 7 for a loss, and a sack last season. I think he's going to make the jump this year. Just didn't make it into the top 10. Alright, at number 10, I got Iowa State cornerback Brian Peavy. Last season, Peavy had 88 tackles, including 6 for a loss and 2 picks. If you can play corner in this league, you can play in the NFL. At number 9, I got Marquise Brown, who had 57 catches for 1,095 yards with 7 touchdowns. No matter who the starting QB is at Oklahoma, I trust them to look at Hollywood and get him the ball as much as possible. I think he gets close to 70 catches this year and over 1,200 yards receiving with 12 touchdowns. At number 8, I have West Virginia linebacker David Long. Long is a junior who's coming off a season where he had 75 tackles, including 15.5 for a loss. At number 7 on the list, I got tailback Justice Hill. He's a junior who carried the ball 268 times for 1,467 yards with 15 TDs, and breaking in a new quarterback, he's going to be the offense in 2018. At number 6, I have senior linebacker Dakota Allen. He not of just the Last Chance U fame, but he of the 101 tackles, including 6 for a loss and 2 picks as a junior. At number 5, I got West Virginia quarterback Will Grier. Will Grier threw for 3,490 yards with 34 TDs against 12 interceptions and completed 64.4% of his passes. I just don't believe in Will Grier like the rest of the national media who all of a sudden thinks that he's ascended to the top of the Big 12 quarterback food chain. I just don't see it. At number 4, I got Kansas linebacker Joe Dineen. He's a senior who had 133 tackles, including 22 for a loss and 2.5 sacks last season as a junior. He might be higher, except he was one of the idiots who didn't shake Baker's hands and got teabagged for his efforts. And number 3, I got quarterback Kyler Murray. Controversy, I know, but in 2017 he completed 18 of 21 passes for 359 yards with 3 TDs. Give me a whole season of that and his wheels? Nobody stopped. At number 2, I have Texas Christian defensive end Bennigan. This is a man who had 16.5 tackles for loss and 8.5 sacks last season. He's going to make some money in the NFL. And at number 1, junior tailback Rodney Anderson, who had over 1,400 yards from scrimmage last season, averaged 7 yards per touch and had 18 touchdowns. He will be the offense in 2018. Alright, that's it for me. Deuces.